Hello, everyone. My name is Jaden Trujillo, and I'll be presenting my solution and innovation to the Lean Sandwich Shop case study today in our Lean Six Sigma Greenbelt class final project. So today I'm going to review the current situation that we have going right now, that we've been asked to hopefully provide some sort of solution to and improve the process. Currently, we've been presented and provided with some data given that the Lean Sandwich Shop produces about 218,000 sandwiches per year. And of those sandwiches, 10% end up being scrapped or classified as waste. That's about 22,000 sandwiches each year that are classified as waste due to customer complaints, and that ends up in resulting in a failure cost of just over $120,000 per year, which is pretty substantial for any sort of sandwich shop. Just looking at a deeper dive on why those sandwiches end up getting scrapped. There's some defects, 7 defects. You can read across the top: cold sandwich, wrong dressing, spoiled toppings, all the way down to spoiled protein. And those, respective amounts and percentages. The key indicator, you can see the cold sandwich defect is double, wrong dressing or any other, virtually quite the highest in any regard, about the same as 2 and 3 combined. So I want you to remember that as we look into some of my solutions, because I want to solve for that. And if I performed a Pareto analysis, this is virtually the same exercise that shows these defects. So take that into consideration as we continue on. Here's a review of what the current process looks like. Hopefully you can see the throughput per labor hour on here, but what I've calculated, and I'll get into my calculations here in just a bit, but the current process is the customer places an order. They have 7 tasks that the employees have to complete. They record and deliver the order, select bread, add protein. Anybody that's been to a Subway or Quiznos or Blimpie, for those of you that are old enough to remember some of those sandwich shops, I'm a personal fan of like Jimmy John's and Jersey Mike's, because I feel like they've perfected a lot of these processes. And then the other 2 charts below, you'll see that this sandwich shop requires 12 employees at a given time to complete these tasks in order to keep up with daily demand, and their respective task cycle times of in seconds, 120, 15, 90, all the way through. I believe the total is about 355 seconds. I can't. We could sum up this up, and you can see that all we took for the process cycle time is the task cycle time divided by number of employees. Tack time calculated, I got 60 seconds, and throughput per labor hour, or TPH, of 5. So again, keep those in the back of your mind as I present my solution. So let's get into that. Super innovative here with my stick figure drawing, but I think hopefully I can explain my process and thinking of what goes into this and making my solution better than what the sandwich shop is doing right now. So I've broken it down and combined the tasks into 4 tasks rather than 7, combining. So one takes into consideration if you have employees doing maybe 2 tasks at a time, there's less room for error. This will decrease cycle time, decrease cost, because there's less employees when they're completing more tasks, and overall improve the TPH to my calculation of 6. So we have 3 employees still taking the orders, but 2 employees will receive the order, select the bread, and add the protein. I took, the common day Subway or Jimmy John's where you can, have an assembly countertop space and push the order along as it goes on. From there, those 2 employees pass the sandwich to 3 employees where, and I thought this was kind of funny when I was looking at the current process that they would add the veggies and then place it in the toaster. To me, that doesn't make sense because the veggies would get, kind of soggy, and especially like lettuce. So I switched those and placed the sandwich after the protein and cheese into the toaster. And then those 3 employees take it out of the toaster and add the veggies to the sandwich. This is a key area right after that where they go into a heat lamp area. That goes back to the current defect of multiple sandwiches, 37% of sandwiches being defected or complained by customers of being cold. So going directly under to some heat lamps. If there's any like sandwiches in transit that, the 2 employees that are wrapping the sandwiches cannot get to, given that 3 employees they could be going quite a bit faster, given that task 3, even though task 3 is longer than task 4, but just in case if there's a high demand. Wouldn't generally be the case, but I wanted to make sure we solved for that high defect. And then after those 2 employees wrap the sandwich, they deliver to the customer. Again, this will only take 10 employees rather than 12, 4 tasks instead of 7, a decreased cycle time, decreased cost, and improved TPH. And so from here, it sounds all great, but does this actually make financial sense? Does this actually save the lean sandwich shop money? Lucky enough, it does. And let me walk you through this annual savings chart that I calculated. So on the current process, 12 employees working 10 hours a day at $15 an hour, that equates to $1,800 a day that you're paying your employees. Days of production, 364, and then if you times that by 10 hours a day and then times that by wages per day, you get your annual labor expense of $655,000. Now with my innovative process, we're moving down to 10 employees per day, 10 labor hours, still 10 or still $15 of an hourly rate, but that does decrease the total wages per day by $300 a day to $1,500, which then $546,000 in annual labor expenses. So a whopping savings of almost 110K, which is pretty substantial given I'm sure these sandwich shops operate on such thin margins. I think given what I have come up with this solution, decreasing the employees, decreasing defects, I think the savings could be well above that, given hopefully our 10% of waste would decrease to about 5, maybe even 2%, if possible. I think over time you can, within a year, hopefully do that, but 2, 3, 4 years, improve this even better as you hopefully franchise and become very profitable. But that's my solution for the lean sandwich shop case study. Thank you.